Hey guys, a video for our English friendly Japan playlist. Some of you would have seen videos that we've made previously from Denny's Japan, showing you some of the tasty things on their menu, usually on our food and eating in Japan playlist. But we did make a video in the past saying that they were English friendly because they had pictures on their menu, but also every item had a short description in English. So it would say green tea ice cream and mochi balls or something, just a little one-liner usually on each item with a very short description, pancakes and red bean or something like that. And it was just enough that if you're an English speaker and you couldn't read Japanese, just enough information probably to give you an idea of whether you're going to like the thing or not. They've just released their new menus, and there's about 3 or 4 menus that they have. They've got a grand menu and then a lunch menu and a breakfast menu and a kids menu. All the English has been removed, or perhaps it's more that no English has been included on these latest menus. So we've seen this happen in the past with other companies, and we showed you some examples. Japan Rail have done the same thing in a couple of train stations where they had big maps that were actually had some romanji in them so that you could read them if you couldn't read Japanese. And they were replaced with maps that have only Japanese. And we've seen it happen with road signs as well. So it's interesting because there's always talk here about making the place more foreigner friendly and including other languages for foreigners, and there's a lot of talk here by the government about that sort of thing, and yet we're constantly seeing examples of exactly the opposite happening. Things that were English friendly and that did have other languages that have just become just Japanese. So we've seen it on street signs, we've seen it at train stations, we've seen it on menus, we've seen lots of examples of this. So it's hard to know why, whether they just give up when the time comes to make a new menu. It's just too much hassle to try and get the English included on it and they just give up, or it's hard to know why. But it is sort of another contradiction and paradox we've talked about before, because obviously they talk about the 2020 Olympics coming up next year and trying to make the place more foreigner friendly, and the evidence is not always the case. Anyway, there it was. More videos coming soon.